For friends went camping. Just a weekend trip. A break from screens, noise, the city. They picked a spot off a forgotten trail, deep in a forest that didn't even show up on maps. No cell service. No traffic. Just trees, silence, and space to breathe. That first night was perfect. Fire crackled. Marshmallows melted. They told ghost stories and laughed too loud. Then came the second night. Avery was the first to notice. Shapes. In the dark. Not animals. Not trees. Human but off. No eyes. No mouth. Just smooth, pale skin where a face should be. They stood still. Watching. Ben thought it was a prank. Laughed, walked toward them. Threw a rock. Nothing. No reaction. But later, that same faceless figure was closer. And then there were more. The next morning, their tents were surrounded. Footprints. Bare. Human. But all facing away, like the figures had been standing guard. Or copying them. They hiked out fast. But the trails looped back. Over and over. The same clearing. The same fallen log. They were stuck. Lila turned in circles, panicking. The figures didn't follow, but they mimicked. Slowly. Raising arms. Tilting heads. Matching every move. It was like watching puppets learn how to be people. Ben shouted at them. One of the figures opened its mouth. But there were no teeth. Just a scream that didn't belong in this world. They ran. Mason tripped. Cut his leg. The figures paused, then one lifted its leg, exactly the same way. Blood started dripping from its knee. It had copied his injury. That night, around the fire, they kept watch. Mason was quiet. Too quiet. Then Avery saw it. His hands weren't shaking anymore. The cut on his leg was gone. And when he spoke, his voice echoed weird, like it was delayed. He wasn't Mason. Not anymore. Lila screamed. Avery backed away. Mason, or whatever it was, tilted its head and smiled. But the smile was wrong. Too wide. Like it didn't understand how faces worked. Avery grabbed the flashlight. Shone it on him. His eyes didn't reflect the light. They were just painted black. Fake. The real Mason was gone. They ran. Again. One by one, the others stopped talking. Stopped running. Until Avery was alone. Breathless. Bleeding. She found an old shack. Rotten wood. Faded symbols carved into the door. She pushed inside. Inside were photos. Dozens. Faded Polaroids. Campers. Hikers. All smiling. And in the background of every photo, one of the faceless things. Closer each time. She found a mirror. Cracked. She looked at herself. Then blinked. Her reflection didn't blink back. She screamed. Smashed the mirror. Outside, the woods were full of whispers. Hundreds of them. She ran again. Hours passed. Maybe days. She reached a ranger station. Lights flickering. Door ajar. She radioed for help. A voice answered. Stay calm. Help is near. But then it repeated. Same tone. Same words. Over and over. Then her voice came through. Crying. Begging. Screaming. She hadn't said those words yet. But they were hers. The figures were learning. Not just how to look like them. How to be them. She turned. One stood in the doorway. Her same jacket. Her same boots. Her same face. It tilted its head. She raised her hand. So did it. She opened her mouth. It smiled. It was her. Or soon would be. The forest never let them go. And now, every hiker who disappears leaves behind a double. Blank. Watching. Waiting to become. Welcome to Horror Myth. Where the scariest thing in the woods might be you.